This video is an overview of my final for my technology course 619. On my site, you have access to 9 different pages. The sections include the introduction, lessons 1 through 8, the integrate technology, a lesson overview of the 8 lessons in transcript form, and prerequisite skills needed to be successful in many of the lessons on my page. In the introduction section, you will learn more about the learners, the environment, and the purpose of my collection of lessons. In addition, you will learn more about how I utilize the universal design for learning, differentiated learning, and assistive technology in my lessons. In Lesson 1, this lesson adds on to students' prior and background knowledge about the characteristics of Pourquoi tales. This lesson engages students to observe and analyze the unique characteristics of Pourquois and being able to differentiate them from other genres. Learners collaborate with peers through a shared Google Doc to widen their perspectives. At the bottom, you will have access to a video to help you learn how to access a shared Google Doc and how to add text. In addition, attached is a student work example on a Google Doc. In Lesson 2, this lesson aims to teach students the elements of a pourquoi and being able to identify the elements within a reading. Learners observe and analyze for details that make pourquois unique through interactive investigations prompted by QR codes and partner work. At the bottom, you'll find a video to teach you how to scan a QR code, and attached are student work examples of their performance on the QR code activity. In Lesson 3 instructs students to practice comparing and contrasting two different ideas and things. Learners understand that comparing and contrasting looks at what is different and similar between them. Through play, students engage in an interactive tutoring game as a whole class where they organize similarities and differences on a Venn diagram. In addition, students get to group play on an app called Compare and Contrast Fun Deck, where they are comparing, contrasting, and checking their own performances. At the bottom, you can access 2 videos. The first video teaches you how to use a Venn diagram to compare and contrast, and the second video teaches you how to play Compare and Contrast Fun Deck. As well as the other lessons attached is a student work examples of their performance on the Compare and Contrast Fun Deck game. In Lesson 4, learners take their new compare and contrast reading skill and apply it onto 2 different pourquoi readings. Students take what they know about the elements of a pourquoi to successfully analyze the differences and similarities of the 2 readings. Learners diagram their compares and contrasts on a Venn diagram app to share with their teacher. At the bottom, there is a video that teaches you how to use the Venn diagram app successfully and how to share it. Also attached, you also have a work example of a student who used the Venn diagram app. In Lesson 5, learners analyze pourquois by looking for story element details. Through different leveled reading and video options, learners can engage in the activity based on their reading level. Learners organize their learning of the story elements on a pic collage that helps summarize their reading or video. At the bottom, you can access a video to teach you how to use pic collage, as well as reteaching students the 5 story elements if they do not have that skill or they need a review. At the bottom is also attached a work example of a student's pic collage. In Lesson 6, students will take what they know about pourquois after much analyzing and learning to create their own. They will brainstorm and draft a short pourquoi that contains the necessary genre and story elements. Their work will be shared with the teacher to ensure students receive the guidance they need to move forward. At the bottom, you have access to a video to help remind you of the 8 steps in the writing cycle. Also attached is a student sample of a final draft of a student's. In Lesson 7, after feedback from the teacher, learners will depend on each other to revise and edit their work. Students use Google Doc tools to communicate ideas to help each other progress in their writing development and skills. On this lesson, you'll also have a video to help you learn how to edit with Google Doc. And attached is an edited version of a student's writing sample and their peers' comments. And finally, in Lesson 8, after much support from peers and the teacher, students will take their writing and publish it onto a Little Bird Tale where they will add art, text, and/or voice recordings. The assessment is graded on a rubric, and again, learners can access the video to help them understand the various different tools to help them make their own story. On Lesson 8 as well, you'll have a video of a work example of a student's Pourquoi tale on Little Bird Tales. In the lesson overview, it's pretty much just a basic transcript of the description of this video overview. In the prerequisite skills, this illustrates just the necessary skills needed or to review to ensure a successful learning experience within the lessons. So 2 prerequisite skills is understanding the writing cycle and understanding story elements. Thank you for watching my overview.